Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I'm going to start with a happy birthday for yesterday to Ella, a gifted mathematician who turned 8 and has been watching our channel and enjoying our excursions into things like modular arithmetic. So thanks very much, Ella. Hope you stick with us when you have long passed our competence levels at maths. That's marvellous. I think Simon will have mentioned you yesterday as well. That's great. So that is that. Now, this puzzle is themed on the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, and we'll get to that in a moment. But today is the first of the month, and we have released our new Patreon competition, which is an equal sum lines competition. There are 2 modes. You can do normal mode or you can do hard mode with a bit less information. Now, in normal mode, this is pretty approachable. So possibly the most approachable puzzles we've put out for a prize at the beginning of a month. Do have a look at the puzzles and give them a try. I think you'll enjoy them. And that's on Patreon. Now, in our on our regular channel, of course, we've got all the normal videos, 2 a day and the occasional extra, and of course there's so much going on the Discord server as always, and you can check all the links in the description field for the apps and for Sven's SUDOKU pad, etc. But the first link is to this puzzle called Olympics by Civil, who is in Qatar, but I think has a Greek name, which is very appropriate for the Olympics and particularly for this puzzle. I'm going to read the rules. There is a piece of general knowledge that you will need, maybe 2 pieces of general knowledge that you'll need to do this, and I may add them under the rules in the description field for anybody who doesn't know them. But I'm going to read the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. All digits in the coloured cells are part of at least one Summer Olympic year. The years are depicted in orthogonally adjacent consecutive digits. So this might say 1924, and that would be an Olympic year. And that would be orthogonally adjacent connected digits. There's obviously other ways to write them. Now, all Olympic years, Summer Olympic years, are present except Olympic years with double digits, for example 1912, or with zeros, for example 1904. Not all possible combinations within the coloured area are depicting Olympic years. I suppose, yeah, okay. All digits adjacent to a black dot. So digits on a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. And all possible black dots are given. So there's a negative constraint that will matter in this puzzle. Now, those are the rules. What you will need to know is something about when the Olympics happen. And that's all I shall say before I start the puzzle. Now, what I was saying is Simon's done a few puzzles based on riddles that you have to figure out before you can start solving. This one is based on a bit of general knowledge. That's right up my alley, to be honest, especially when it's sport. And I do know the relevant facts, I think. So let's just start the puzzle and let's get cracking. And the thing I know about the Olympics is they began in 1896 and they then go on every 4 years. So every leap year, if you like, 1896, every year divisible by 4 for a mathematician. Up to the present day, obviously, there were Olympics in, well, they were numbered as 2020, even though they didn't happen in that year because of the pandemic. But that's how many Olympics there, or that's when the Olympics have been. Now, there were 2 missing in the Second World War in 1940 and 1944, but that's not actually a problem for this puzzle because one of those has a 0 and the other has a repeated digit, so they wouldn't be in it anyway. So every one of these 4-digit combinations begins with a 1-9 apart from 1896, and I know that because once you get to the year 2000, there's zeros in every one of the Olympic years so far. So they can't be relevant. Actually, also, well, actually, yeah, apart from 1896, I think we start in 1924 because anything in 1900, 1904, 1908 has a 0. 1912 and 1916 have a repeated digit, a repeated 1. And 1920 has a 0. So we do go, we've got 1896 and then 1924 through to 1984. Missing out some zeros and some double digit years. Okay. I don't think we can really tackle this by looking at that first, but that's the background knowledge. Let's look at the black dots. We've got a run of 3 here. So the middle one is a 2 or a 4. Yeah, digits that can go on black dots in this sort of puzzle are 1, 2, 4, 8, which form a kind of doubling sequence, and then 3 and 6. Yes. So this pair is actually going to be 3 and 6. And I know that because of that 1, 2, 4, 8, 2 and 4 must appear in those 3 digits somewhere. It's either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. And that means the only pair that can go on this is a 3, 6 pair. That might be part of 1936, or they might be part of 2 separate Olympic years. Don't know. And this is another black dot. Yes, there are only 6 black dot digits, as it were. 1, 2, 4, 8, 3, and 6. So the others in this column, 5, 7, and 9, can be filled in the gaps. This must actually be an extreme 1 or 8. Extreme in the sequence 1, 2, 4, 8, because 2 and 4 appear here. So that makes this one a 2 or a 4, non-extreme, an internal digit. Don't know about this one. Look, row 8 has 6 black dot digits as well. So the other 3 cells are 5, 7, or 9. And this one's in the Olympic year here. How does this work? It could be a 1 and a 2 there. 1952. Actually, that could go either way around. 1952. Could be 1932. Or that could be a 1, a 9, and this could be a 4, 8, 8, 4, 2, 4. Feels like about all. Not sure. Right. This must have a 2 on it. Doesn't have a 3, 6 or an 8, so it's either 1, 2 or 2, 4. Do I know, is that going to be a 3, 6 pair? I'm not sure. This is a sequence of 3, so that's 2 or 4. These are from 1, 2, 4, and 8. So is this one, because it's on a black dot with that, yes. So now in this row, we've got 3 of the digits from 1, 2, 4, and 8, and we can't have 2 more on here. So this must be a 3, 6 pair. And that tells me about this one. This now can't be a 3, 6 pair because it's looking at that cell. So these and that, they're the 1, 2, 4, 8 combination. Now, where do 3 and 6 go in this box? And remember, there's no other black dots, so they're not next to each other. And they can't both be in column 5 because of this cell. If you put 3 and 6 there, you've got nothing to put here. So one of them is here, and one of them is in one of those 2. That's not probably that helpful. Actually, it is a bit, because this is either the beginning or end of an Olympic year. And it can't be the beginning because it's not a 1. So it must be the end, and the year must run like that, mustn't it? It can't start round the corner here, so it must start here. And there's a 1. That's our first digit in the grid from the Olympic rule. That's a 9 because it's not an 8. And then this is going to have to be even. So that's a 6. And one of these 2 is a 3. Now this digit has to be odd, because if it was even, the year wouldn't be divisible by 4. So that is, it's not 1 or 3, or 9, so it's 5 or 7. 1956 or 1976 there. Now, what else the 6 is clearing up the 3, 6 down here. Do excuse the noise. Now, what else can we do in this row? That's now not 3 or 6, so that's from 1, 2, 4, 8, so's that one, and that's now a quad here. 1, 2, 4, 8 quad. Do we know about this pair? We know that, Well, actually, there's lots of ways of knowing that 3 and 6 don't appear on this group. Yes, that's right, because 6 is there, for instance. That can't be a 3-6 pair. So we can't have 3 or 6 there because they'd need to make this a 3-6 pair. Anyway, these are all from 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, I think we know a bit more than that. As well as that forming a quadruple, which was what I was originally looking for in column 8. I think that this has to be all different digits, otherwise there'd be a black dot here. Now that's a theory at the moment. Yeah, I think it's right actually. First of all, this has to be an extreme digit, 1 or 8. It can't be 2 or 4. And that's because, yeah, if you had the same digits in those two cells, that's fine with this black dot. They clearly, or with this digit here, they would clearly both have black dots to it. But it's not fine. If you had the same digits there, that's not fine with this one, because one of them is connected and the other one isn't. So that can't be right. So these are not the same. These are different. That means this is a sequence that runs round. The same is true here. This must be a 2-4 pair, and this must be a 1-8 pair at the top. And that and 1 is next to 2 or 4 without a black dot, so it's clearly next to 4. Gosh, that's quite intricate. So we get an 8. This is not a 3-6 pair because it sees that cell. So again, these are from 1, 2, 4, 8. This is now a 2-1 pair, which was rather what I expected. So the year is, it's not 1896, so it's 19, that one of these has to be a 9. I don't know which way around it goes, but that's a 1-2 pair, so this is a 4. This is an 8. Actually, this is an 8 as well, that's fine. This is not an 8. And that can't be a 2 because that would make this a 1-4 pair on the black dot. So that's the 1. That's a 2. Then we've got a 2-4 pair here. That's now not 2 or 4 or 8, so it's a 1. And that makes this a 2 and a 4. They're all resolved now. This can't be 1 or 2. Sorry, I'm going to just have to deal with this. I'll get back to you in a moment. Sorry, just something to deal with there. Right, now. Yes, I was looking at this. Was I 19... Well, oh yeah, that's a 9 now. 19 something 2. Yes, that's right. And this is odd because of the need to have the number ending in 2 divisible by 4. So that's a 3 or a 5. So 6 is in one of those two positions. These two can't be 9 anymore. Now what else? So, 18. Right. That can't be the ending digit of a year, so it must be the beginning. So this is where 1896 is. So we get, a 9 in that cell. That might run straight across there, or it could be a 6 there. Yes, either way round. There's a 6 in one of those two positions, and this becomes a 3. Because it can't be 6 anymore. So that's right. This is either 1956 or 1976. That is now 1896. I mean, that could be another 6 too, but I don't know. So we've done the 1896. So every other year that we record will begin 19. Now, what about this? Is this definitely 19 here? No, that could be a 4 ending a year running this way, which would have to be like that. I don't think that is right, but let's just do some Sudoku. Anyway, look, we've got an 8 in this column, so this is a 1, 2, 4 triple. So we've got a 2 there, and that's a 1, 4 pair. This can't be 9. Now 2 there means this is a 4, 8 pair. That means this is a 1, 2 pair. This has to be a 1. means lots of things. That's a 4. Ah, now this can't be even, so it's not the end of a year. It sees 2, 4, 6 and 8. So it must be the beginning of a year. 1 there and 9 there. That must be right. So then we get a 9 by Sudoku here. This can't be a 1 anymore. Oh, and it can't be a 4 because of that now. So that's 2 or 8, and this must be a 4. Yeah, that's right. 2, 8, 9, 3, 6. So we've got a 5 or 7 here. That can't be a 4 because of that pair. So we've placed 4 in this box, not in the coloured cells. This is a 3, 5, 7 triple with that. This is a 2. This is a 5, and that's fixing the 5, 7 pairs in the central columns, well, apart from there. Now, 7, 4, 6, 9, 8, 1. So this is a 2, 3, 5 triple, and we now know that's an 8. Right. Does this have to be a 1, 9 here? I think it probably does for the Olympic rule. I don't know. I think it does, but let's look at 4s. We've got a lot of them now. So I can put a 4 in box 3. And then one of those two is a 4. Now, do I know about this pair? They don't have a 1 in. It's either 4 there with a 2 there, or it's a 3, 6 pair. Suspect I probably do know about it and can't work it out. That can't be a 5. Oh, 7 there has made this a 5. That stops this one being a 5. This can't be a 2 because it's next to a 4. I'm probably missing... Oh, yes, look, I am missing a big negative constraint issue. This has to be a 1. It can't be a 2 because there'd be a black dot there if it was. So... now we get a 2 here. Now, 1982 is not an Olympic year. I think that's what the bit of the rule about not all possible combinations within the coloured area of depicting Olympic years is about. If this was anything other than a 1, it couldn't be in an Olympic year. Oh, hang on, 1984. This could go either way around. No, that's not allowed to be a 1. I'm absolutely sure that 1 and 9 are there, but I don't like to write it in until I see a very clear proof I can show to you. 2 and 2 and 2 say that 2 is on this pair, and they are not with 1, so that's a 2, 4 pair, and we can write them in. Okay, this will get us there. Now we've done all the 4s in the grid. Now 8 there puts an 8 here. That can't be 8 because of no black dot. That can't be 8 by Sudoku. So I think that's all the 8s done now. Have I done all 1s, 2s, 4s and 8s? I need a 1 in one of those two, and it can't be next to the 2. And now we do get a 1 here. That has to be in a 19 combination, so that's definitely a 9. Okay, that is proved now. So 6, 7 pair there. That's a 2 by Sudoku. And I think now I have 1, 2, 4, 8 in every box. Yes. 3 and 9 in the first column. These are from 3, 7, 6. That is 5 or 7. In a moment, I am definitely going to have to kind of go through this and work out the Olympic years that I have and haven't got, rather than just continually looking at... Yeah, okay, this 1, every time we get a 1, it has to be the first number in the coloured cells. It has to be the first number in an Olympic year. And 1896 is up here, so this needs a 9 next to it. If it wasn't the first number, it would be a repeated digit. That's the point there. So this must now be part of 1924. Okay, now I'm going to go through the years. We've got 1896. Then we jump forward to 1924, which is now here. That's the next qualifying Olympic year. Then we need 1928. There it is in the top row. Then we need 1932. There it is in the second row. Then we need 1936, which is not here. Oh, we've got 1936 in box 2 already. Okay. Then we miss out 1940 and 44. We do 1948. That's here in box 1. 1952 could be here. In fact, there may be nowhere else it can be. This can't reach a 2 in the right position, and this can't have a 5 there. So yes, it is here. 1952, we've done that. Don't know where that games was. Then 1956, which could be there or here. Okay, 1956, don't know yet. 1960 doesn't qualify. 1964, have we done that somewhere? No. Maybe that's going to have to be here. How does that allow... 1956 would be there. 1964 would be there. Yes, I can see this working. This is going to have to be 1968. Okay, these are getting hard to cram in. We've got 1956, 1964, 1968 still to get in. Then 1972, I think that's going to be here. That's the only place that can be 1972 now, so we can fill that in. 1972 there. 1976 is going to be, in fact, let's mark 1972. 1976 is going to be there, or both. 1984 is the last one. That's not here. That's 1948. It's here, 1984. Right. So I think that's going to have to be 1956 because it now can't be here anywhere. Yes. So that's done. That's 1956. And now this has to provide 1964, 1972 and 1976. And we can do all of that with a 6 there. What are these doing? I must have missed something out. 1968. Oh no, we did talk about that, and I don't think we had it anywhere. And I think it's going to be this one. Yes, 1968. So that's a 6 as well, which all figures. I mean, it all makes sense. It all makes the years right. And I don't think we've broken the Sudoku, which is, of course, by far the most important thing. They don't have a 5 in. Can we disambiguate everything? It's looking like we probably can now. That has become a 6. That's a 3. 7 and 3. 5 and 7 there. 6 and 9 here. Ah, yes, that's become a 7 and a 6. We've got a 3-7 pair at the top. This does all disambiguate. And that finishes Olympics by Civil. There we go. Fascinating puzzle. Really, yeah. Bit of general knowledge, bit of a head wrecker, but most entertaining and very enjoyable. I hope you had a go at that one and knew the knowledge required. And if you didn't know it before, you know it now, and that's something learnt for today. So thank you, as always, for watching on Cracking the Cryptic. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.